I need you to hurry up and fix your stuff because I'm running out of words that I know in other languages. I am talking. See, el baño, see.
And she's like, oh, you see that straight line? I was like, what about it? She's like, oh, that's just part of your eyeball coming off. And I'm like, what the fuck? What a way to say that. I was like, do I need to be worried about that? She goes, oh, no, it's fine. It just happens when you get to a certain age. And you could even, she goes, nothing. I'm not worried so much about that as I would be about the hemorrhage that's in your eye. I was like, I have a hemorrhage in my eye. She goes, oh yeah, don't worry about that either, because like it's like super tiny. Like it's this tiny little dot. It only looks big because we're on this big screen. Yeah, so today I'm going to put my foot in my mouth about culture and decade segregation, though I probably shouldn't use segregation as the word, but you know, how decadeology works, because I feel like we don't have that anymore. So I am Turbo.
I'm Rebel.
And this is Open Mouth.
Insert foot.
Perfect. I think we nailed it this time. So we were actually just having a discussion that we haven't introduced ourselves in like 2 or 3 episodes. And nor did I ever put like this is your name thing. Maybe I should put one like right here. Yeah, right there. No, I like it on this side. Let's do it on this side. Right there.
I think
it's gonna
it should
pop
be
up
on
right here now.
This side.
Okay.
Maybe this side.
I can't see her, so I'm gonna see that in editing. She was laughing so hard with the Post-it from last week's episode.
Yeah.
1940. She just texted me. She's like, "Oh my god, that Post-it got me dead."
Because you kept holding it up and going,
I was excited. I knew things. I felt so smart.
That was a very good guess. I was very impressed.
So when the answer was 1943, and when people think of the 1940s, what do you think of? Right? You think of World War II,
Flappers,
and flappers.
Is that an appropriate term?
I don't know. I thought
Isn't that
those were in
the
the
dress?
20s.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, during Prohibition.
Oh yeah, 1940s is like starvation and depression.
That too. Also jazz music and things like that. You're thinking great. I think the Great Depression was actually in the 30s.
Oh.
And then we were coming out of it into the 40s.
Women working
I could be wrong.
In shops.
Let's put a fact check right here. Oh, right there. Anyways, but yeah, you think of that. You think of jazz. You think World War II. You have a bunch of culture there. You got guys in suits. You got those big cars. Then you got the 50s. You got Elvis Presley. You got
Lots
kind
of
of
leather jackets.
Yeah, the greasers. The greasers. You think of what, Grease and Grease 2, right? And then you get into the 60s. You got I think that was the women's rights movement. You got anti-segregation things going on. You got a bunch of hippies running around smoking a bunch of weed and doing a bunch of acid, which I think is when Forrest Gump was set. I think, maybe, probably, or the 70s. 70s, you got disco and the gas crisis. 80s, you got big hair bands, all that. 90s, Lisa Frank. Backstreet Boys, Nirvana. You
Britney
think of these
Spears.
big cultural things. Yeah, exactly. You got these big cultural things. And then we get into 2000s, and it kind of feels like it tapers off a little bit, right? Because like 2000s, what do we got? Emo music, and towards the tail end of it, Barack Obama. Oh, and the Afghan war and all that stuff. But if you look at fashion, right? Well, I'm going to use fashion as a big example for a lot of these things. I can tell you right now, my wardrobe has not changed in the last 30 years, and it sucks. Sorry, 20 years. And it sucks that 20 years have gone by and like fashion has not really changed. Like I would have worn this 20 years ago, unless it was like pre 2010. In which case it was mostly black because I was goth and emo. I kind of switched between the two. Every once in a while I went to the punk territory. But yeah, like 2010s to 2020s, like what did we have there? We had
COVID.
Gangnam Style. COVID was 2020, right?
2020, yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't feel like there's any like big cultural, decadeology type moments, and I can't really think of why. And I was talking with, and I want to get your opinion on this, but this is what my girlfriend had thought of when I was talking to her about it, because I was legitimately like, why do we not have these cultures, like cultural differences anymore through the decades? And she's like, well, maybe it doesn't feel like that because we're too close to it, like we're in the thick of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, yeah, I guess. But then she's like, well, you could talk to an old person. I was like, I'm an old person. I'm going to be 40 soon. It's like, yeah, I mean, you've gone through decades, but did you really think about it at the time? I was like, not really. Like, the only time we really thought about it was the 2000s, right? Because
Yeah.
we were going from the 1900s to the 2000s. That was like, changing the millennia.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, no, you're not really thinking about it. So maybe that is an answer, like a partial answer to like why it doesn't feel like we're in it. But then I don't know. I hear a lot of people like who are older than me going, "Oh yeah, the '80s were great. We had a lot of cocaine and quaaludes. Like." So I don't know. What's your opinion on going through the decades and not feeling like the most recent ones have their own identity?
Well, I think in part it's because we're not currently growing up in the decade.
Mm-hmm.
I think part of it has to do with how society changed from COVID and isolating.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I we're millennials. Like we still think early 2000s was literally yesterday. Something about being a
It
millennial, you
was.
get stuck in early 2000s. Like you just get
Mm-hmm.
stuck in that. Um,
Yep.
and then before that, you've got the 80s, which was big. It was huge. You think of the 80s, you think bright makeup, huge hair, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
like something that really sticks in your head.
Shoulder pads.
Yeah, shoulder pads, Jesus Christ. 70s, you got uh, all about free spirit and being a hippie, right? That's a very distinct like style, right?
Right.
So maybe part of it is we're not growing up in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I do know that recently a lot of older fashions have come back into play.
Right.
And I agree with your girlfriend. I think it's because we are going through a shift currently.
That's fair. Also, hold on a second. I gotta move a thing. Okay. There you go. I'm back. Yeah. No. I agree. To an extent. Um. So using fashion as an example, right? Like, back before. Let's just go back to the 2000s, like, because
Mm-hmm.
2000s is when the internet really started to take off, and like you were doing a lot more interacting on it. It became a lot more accessible to the common person. So it wasn't just people on forums and colleges and stuff. Like it was just somebody in their living room, right? We have things like fast fashion now,
Mm-hmm.
where we're literally going through different styles as fast as we possibly can, and I think that
Mm-hmm.
has to do with retention, and things don't linger like they used to because information doesn't spread nearly as fast anymore. You know, things that took a decade to do um, don't take that long anymore because it doesn't need that time to spread around, and it doesn't need that word of mouth anymore. You can literally just post something on TikTok, and a day later, theoretically, like 100 million people could see it,
Yeah.
and that could start some sort of a movement, and then you're on to the next thing because we have this propensity for quick digestible information and then move on to the next thing
Mm-hmm.
for the next dopamine hit. I think that's definitely a contributing factor of it, where we can't find our identity because things don't sit around and we don't sit in it as long. Like, I can't tell you the last time my son was bored. I can't tell you the
Mm-hmm.
last time I was bored, because like we're always on the move, we're always on the go, we're always taking things in. Like, I have two screens in front of me. That's not even counting my phone and my extra phone.
Jesus Christ.
Well, the extra phone's for filming now, because I got rid of my Canon.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think there's a bunch of different factors that kind of go into it, and it just feels like depressing, and like nothing's really sticking, and there's not much meaning to it, you know? Like I remember so vividly in the 90s, like, and mind you, this was like being from like ages 6 to like 12, right? Or I guess no, how old was I in 2000? Like okay, so like 4 to 12, right? That was my age in the 90s. And I remember going through it and hearing some of the most biggest cultural things, and like thinking back like, oh shit, Notorious B.I.G. just died. Like that's a thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's important. Hearing about Kurt Cobain, and then all the stuff going on with the Clintons, like there was a he got one blowjob in the office, and he got impeached like immediately.
Yep. Isn't it wild? Isn't it like
Hmm.
that's wild to me? Because I literally just brought that up the other day. Because
Hmm.
with the current
Yeah.
shift of things, um, our current president would have been impeached a long time ago. I
Hmm.
literally just brought that up as a comparison
Right.
recently.
Right. Also, Earth Day. You remember how Earth Day used to be
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
huge?
yeah.
I haven't heard of Earth Day since 2002.
That's true.
I
I
don't
didn't
fucking
even
know
think
why.
about that.
Right? Like so there's things that have happened culturally, because like I remember through the late 90s, early 2000s, like mostly because my uncle was gay. He unfortunately passed.
Mm.
But like I remember talking about equal rights and stuff like that, and I was so excited
Hmm.
that like people were coming, like people like LGBTQ people were being more, not so much accurately, but like more represented in
Hmm.
media and all those things. Like but that was like the end of the 90s and early 2000s. But after that, like I honestly can't think of like really good stuff that defined a decade. Like maybe the rise of social media through like the 2010s, and platforms like YouTube, because YouTube didn't really get big until like what, 2011, right? The rise of smartphones as we know them today, because I think it was 2008 when the first smartphone like this came out, and I believe it was either an Ericsson or a Google phone. I think it was the G1. I had a G1. I don't
Hmm.
remember if that's the first one, but we also had the Sidekick actually. Sidekick came first. My bad. They should bring back the Sidekick.
Oh my god, I
Okay.
love the sidekick. Ugh.
If they brought back a Sidekick with a physical keyboard, I can tell you for a fact so many people will buy that,
I
because
think it's
I
Google
I don't know
has
about
one like
you.
that.
They did. That was one of their first ones, which was
No,
the G1. I don't know if they have it
no.
now. Let's
I
let's look
mean,
it
I
up.
just like so there was a customer who came in recently. I think it's Google has come back with one with a keyboard on it, but he said it sucked. One of the phone companies has come back with a keyboard one.
Okay, let's see. I am looking it up. Okay, sleek new Android
Oh, it
phone
must
comes
be.
with Google features Google Pixel can't match. Um, it's got a 4-inch display with a built-in QWERTY board, and it this article is right. It does look like a BlackBerry.
No, it wasn't a BlackBerry style. I mean, it literally the screen slid up, just like the old, you know. Mm.
Right. Okay, hold on. That's the old G1. That's not that. Smartphone cases. Oh, this is a smartphone case that comes with a keyboard. No, I don't. I don't see one. I'll have to look into it a little more. If I find it, I'm gonna put it on the screen with whatever it is and who made it.
Mm. I wish I could remember the brand, but I literally physically saw it with my eyeballs. He said it sucked.
I don't doubt you at all.
Yeah, I'm
Wait.
googling it, and the only thing I can see is one that literally looks like a brick of a BlackBerry.
Yeah. Yeah. So then I don't have to send it to you. Yeah. So maybe we're just
Hmm.
in. We'll look back on this and call it the rise of the digital era, and it'll span more than a decade. Um, but nostalgia and tradition, it kind of feels like we want to do it in decades, especially since we only live like 8 of those decades if we're lucky. So, waiting for 3 decades to go by to call it a frame of time feels weird. Maybe we should start one. Maybe we should come up with what to call these decades.
Well, I was thinking about it and I was thinking from 2010 to 2020, right? Maybe part of
Mm-hmm.
the reason it's not sticking as much is because 2010 to 2020, um, there's a lot of kids who grow up who didn't feel like they had to like be so visually rebelling against whatever system.
Right.
So maybe that's why.
We can call it the chill decade.
Because a lot of our
Chill
kids,
aid.
well, a lot of our kids, like this generation of kids and the ones right before this, they're more
Mm-hmm.
outward focused than they are all angsty about themselves. They're angsty about the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
Well.
also, part of it might be that bad shit happens literally every day. You have a new thing every day to be upset about.
Mm-hmm. We can call this the doom decade.
Right. That's the unfortunate side effect to being connected to the world 24/7.
Right. Yeah. Well, life is fucking weird like that, and I don't know what to do about it. I just wanted to go on a rant about it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, culturally, I'm still upset that men do not have a bunch of like fashionable options.
Mm. Yeah, you were talking about that
Like,
earlier about men's or about your fashion hadn't really changed in the last few years ago or a
y-
few years.
yeah, I kind of like so coming out of high school and going into like college years, like halfway through my college years, I started wearing colors instead of just blacks.
Yeah, I still struggle with
Um,
that.
yeah, and I sometimes keep up with it, but it's not really the same. Like I'm not wearing trips anymore,
Hmm.
and I'm not wearing like corn band T-shirts or anything like that. I'm
Hmm.
not putting on guy liner and all that. But yeah, mine just has been simple and functional, and like just in general though, like I went and looked at like fashion, especially fashion for like heat, because
Hmm.
I live in the hottest state to ever exist,
Hmm.
um, outside India.
India.
um, oh, India is so hot and muggy. Like
India is not a
India
state.
is no, I know it's not. It's a whole country. Uh,
You said state.
I know what I said. I'm not that dumb. I'm a little dumb. But
Bro.
yeah, so I looked at fashion, and like women have a plethora of things. Like they have
Hmm.
leggings, they have dresses, they have like 30 different types of dresses. They have shorts that go, all the way down your knees,
Hmm.
capris that go down your ankles, and they got things that just crawl up your butt. Like, and what do you guys got? Basketball shorts, jean shorts, and
Khakis.
maybe a button up. Yeah, khakis. Like there isn't much in the way of fashion that doesn't get
Yeah.
into like it's like like a specific type of like kind of clean cut fashion, and then it goes
Hmm.
straight to like shit you'd see on like the Met Gala runway, you know?
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
you ever see Lewis Hamilton's outfits when he's out and about?
I don't know
They're
who that is.
insane. The F1 driver?
Oh, yeah. Didn't you mention him?
Maybe.
Maybe.
At some point.
I
I don't know.
feel
I'm not
like
a
you've
huge fan.
said F1 driver before.
Probably. It's racing, and they're the only ones that people know.
Bro, I don't know anything about this. I don't follow racing. He follows racing. Yeet, let's go NASCAR.
And you call him the crazy one. What? Did you say let's go NASCAR?
He's
I'm
about
gonna
to
put
get
up a
very
little.
insulted with me.
I'm going to put up a graphic of right here of Bubba J just popping up.
So no, so like you were talking about, you haven't really noticed a change in fashion over the years.
Right.
I will say, so you brought up leggings. Leggings being so prevalent out in public
Hmm.
is very much a distinct fashion change. That was
Yeah.
not something that was like everyday wear before.
Right.
Another
Yeah.
thing is we've gone through, this has been like a few years ago, but we've gone through a significant shift in how much skin people show in public on an everyday, like this is my everyday outfit versus this is me going to a specific place.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I mean, in general, I don't mean just like a certain like fashion type. I mean, in general, everyday people.
Right.
Because there's always been, you know, certain fashion types that show more skin than others.
Mm.
This is like general wear. Like that's been a significant shift for fashion. And I'm
I
not,
think it falls under athleisure wear,
no, it's everyday
like
wear,
leggings and
dude.
stuff. No, I'm saying like, but like they take athletic wear and make it like regular. I believe like a using athletic wear in a casual setting is called athleisure wear. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, if it's no, because they have different types of leggings now.
Okay.
They have like casual wear leggings, they have like going out leggings, they have athletic leggings. They have all different styles and types of leggings now. So I don't even know if it would fall under that anymore. Unless you're
I just
wearing the
looked up.
actual athletic leggings.
I just looked up going out leggings,
Mm-hmm.
and let me tell you the butts
You
that are
appreciate
coming
them?
up. I I clearly need to go out more.
um, I feel like those are significant changes. Um,
They are. Yeah.
that I don't
Street.
men. I don't really pay attention to men's fashion, so I'm not sure like
Right.
the skin thing is prevalent for y'all.
Right. Not really, but I just looked up 2010's fashion,
Hmm.
and the top results so far is like mostly like streetwear, like urban wear.
Yeah, that did become very popular. Yeah, I
Hmm.
remember that
And you know what? We're what 30 minutes into this,
fashion.
and that's the first time I've thought about it, and that I feel like that kind of proves my point. Like you don't know
Yeah,
what comes to mind when you think of that. The only reason why like you know uh I guess they would be called alt not alt culture, like scene culture, so like the emo kids. The only reason why that
yeah,
comes to mind to me at all was
hmm
because I was in it. Other
and
than
that's
that,
fair.
like
Yeah,
maybe baby fat, and was that a Fubu, the one that Damon John owns.
yeah. Oh,
I knew a
I
lot of
know
people who wore
one.
Fubu.
I know something that's changed for men's fashion.
What's that?
The pants are so tight. They're not as
I
low as
mean,
they
I
used to.
I
So,
used to wear skinny, low rise
right,
jeans.
but that was like a specific fashion type, right?
Right.
In general, the pants have become so tight. Um, and no, okay, I'm gonna take that back. Not tight. They're much more fitted. Much more
Right.
fitted. Like even suits. You know how suits now
Mhm.
they're like fitted suit pants instead of
Right.
just like a single line all the way down.
I
Um,
think the younger generation is just more in tune with like getting form fitting clothes. Cause like back in the day, it was like, what was the baggiest thing I can wear?
Back in the day, you mean right now for me? I freaking hate fitted clothes. I hate them. I can't stand the way it feels against my skin. I hate it.
I enjoy it.
I do not. um, so fitted suits, that's a fashion change.
Hmm.
There was something. Oh, the waistlines have risen.
Have
They've
they?
gone back up. Um,
Hmm.
now, I guess not so much for men. I'm not actually. I'm not sure where men's waistlines sit on your hips, right? For most
Yeah,
things.
mine's usually like right above.
Yeah. Uh, A lot
That's
of
also because I got no ass.
a lot of women's fashion, the waistline has gone up above the hips.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, so there's actually there's a reason for that. I actually do know the reason. So like women specifically who are Gen Z, right? They were, and this is from my understanding of it, is that they got really tired of being objectified, and so they started wearing looser fitting things that weren't as form fitting. So like you couldn't like just stare at like their jeans wouldn't look like they were wearing leggings themselves, right? Because like they would take out like the way Billie Eilish did it, right? So she wore baggy t-shirts and stuff, and most girls didn't go to that extreme, but they would wear things that weren't quite as form fitting, so that you couldn't see their figure as well, you know. So I do know that that was a thing for a while.
The mom jeans did come back in fashion.
Did they?
From the teenage. I think it was Gen Z brought the mom jeans back. They did. Um,
Gen
the
Z's in their 20s now, like well into their 20s.
Yes, I
I know.
didn't. Um, I think it was earlier than the fanny packs coming back. Let's not bring the fanny packs back. Let's not do that.
I actually am a proponent of bringing fanny packs back.
I can definitely see that for you, honestly.
Well, okay, so I think I've brought this up to you before. My ex used to go to the local like club here in town, and she would wear these very extravagant outfits, but they don't come with pockets. So I was like, okay, well let's get you a fanny pack for it. So we got these really stylish fanny packs that go with her outfits, and she would just use that to carry her stuff in.
Um, it's probably just me personally because I was forced to wear fanny packs when fanny packs were not popular. But I really have a thing against fanny packs. But then again, I don't like to carry anything. If I can't fit it in my pocket, I'm not carrying it. So,
Right. No purse, no
let's
nothing.
see.
Just
So I have like a really thin wallet
damn.
that I keep all of my
Right.
stuff in, and I carry that and my phone. That's what I carry.
Huh.
hmm
Well, shit.
hmm
You're easy to travel with.
I mean, I have a whole book bag when I go to work, but that's because I've got like drinks for the day, and I've got
Right.
my headlights, like my flashlights, because it's like one that you can put on your head, but the flashlights themselves are detachable. Because I like things that are multi-purpose.
Right.
But I've just got like my tools in it, so I wear a backpack for work. But if I'm just going out, no, I don't have shit with me.
Right.
You know who carries my shit?
JJ.
JJ, because he's a man and he's got bigger pockets.
Poor JJ. I feel his pain. I'll stop wearing cargos when my partners decide to carry their own shit.
Actually, I'm gonna get some cargos for work because my work pants do not have enough pockets.
That's fair.
Because I got some fitted jeggings. I got some jeggings for work, and they only have 2 back pockets. And the back pockets, you won't see this, but they're about this deep. And I have literally walked around with a whole torque stick in the back of my pocket. And that's just not feasible. I mean, like I walk around and I have like a pick in my back pocket. I have a wrench in my back pocket. Like I really need something with more pockets.
You could get a tool belt.
I looked at those and I did think about it. I was tempted. I was very
I
tempted.
got PTSD from my fanny pack.
Hey, a tool belt. Again, what did I say? I like things that are multi-purpose.
Uh-huh. And a tool belt is multi-purpose, multi-tools.
Yes, and fanny packs are not. So,
Yeah. Oh, that was my rant about the 2000s. Well, not the 2000s. That was my rant about the decades and how I feel like culture is just kind of just all up in the air. So I'm going to take my foot out of my mouth and end it there because my face hurts. So I hope everybody has a good night and good week, and we'll see you in the next one, which will probably be better than this because Rebel's coming up with the topic.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oops.
My bad.
I was very excitedly waving bye until you said that because I forgot. Next week is my week.
Yes, it is. So Friday we have this PowerPoint thing. We're doing a pajama PowerPoint party, and we're serving breakfast, and everyone's doing a PowerPoint. And I didn't know what to land on, so I decided to do a PowerPoint where I give you 4 bad descriptors of a movie, and you have to figure it out before I reveal what it is, obviously. So you get 5 descriptors, and I did 5 of those because I didn't want it to be too long. So it's going to be about 5 to 7 minutes long, depending on how much they play, right? And I'm going to go through all that. And my last slide literally says, I'm glad you had a great time with my PowerPoint, but this actually isn't the topic of my PowerPoint. The topic of my PowerPoint is actually how to make your PowerPoint presentation interactive so you can use your viewers to fill the time.
Bro. That's evil. I like it.
My original PowerPoint was how many drinks would it take to fuck this person?
Oh shit.
And so my first 2 slides was Edward and Jacob from Twilight. And I put the number 0 because I'm like, okay, everyone's going to want to fuck these 2, right? But then my second slide was, what about Jacob in wolf form?
Oh God, evil.
And then I put the number 8, and I wanted to see how many people would have been like, no, I don't need that many.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that was my original PowerPoint, and it was just gonna get fucking weirder from there.